Howdy. Thank you for taking time to watch this video. My name's Grandpa. I'm going to tell you a story about an experience in my military career dating back to 1967, actually early 1967, while I was in training at Fort Polk, Louisiana during my advanced individual training. Now, before I get started, I want to explain to you what a senior drill sergeant was, at least back then. The senior drill sergeant for a unit is the one drill sergeant that is most senior to all the drill sergeants in the unit. He's the guy that the other drill sergeants work for. He's the guy that makes sure that training is being done right and the other drill sergeants are doing their jobs. The trainees are all receiving the proper training. This guy has ultimate power. He's the man. He's the man that everybody's afraid of, including the other drill sergeants. Well, our unit was out doing training basically to get us ready to go to Viet Nam. We were, during the day, they had taken us as in individual groups or platoons or squads to attack a Vietnamese village full of Viet Cong. Now, once that day had completed and we'd done all our training, our platoon had been set down at the Vietnamese village and briefed and prepared to go out on night patrols as squads. Now, the drill sergeants explained to us what our patrols were supposed to be doing, where we were supposed to go, what time we were supposed to depart the area and go to do our training. At the conclusion of the training at that night, we would return back to our billets for the night. Now, after the drill sergeants explained to us what we were supposed to be doing and told us what time we were supposed to depart and how we were broke down into squads and teams for our patrol exercises, they departed the area. It was time for us to eat chow, and of course we had sea rations, and we knew what time we were supposed to leave to go do our missions. Everybody knew what their mission was supposed to be, and we just sat down, everybody kind of chilling out, taking a break in place, so to speak, to eat our sea rations for our evening meal. Nobody was tended to anything going on other than just BSing with each other, getting our sea rations ate and getting ready to move out at the proper time. Well, those sneaky drill sergeants, they went back and changed into Viet Cong outfits and attacked us while we were there eating. And of course, we all knew what we were supposed to do. We had to respond and get out of the area because we were being attacked, and everybody took off in different directions, and the teams and squads got split up. It was all kinds of havoc going on. And anyway, I escaped and got to looking for the other members of my team, and they weren't any place in the area. So I snuck back up to the Vietnamese village and saw several of our guys all sitting down with a bunch of the drill sergeants around in their Viet Cong outfits, and the senior drill sergeant was squatted in front of these guys, explaining to them about how stupid they were and how stupid we all were because we didn't set out security, and we should have never allowed ourselves to be caught in that situation, and how ignorant how ignorant they were. Of course, he was using more profane terms than I'm describing now, and I won't use those terms because of the nature of the audience that could be watching this video. Anyway, I thought, well, these guys were not paying attention to what was going on either, and I could sneak up behind them and put my weapon on them and break my friends loose, so to speak. So I snuck up there, and the other drill sergeants and the other trainees weren't paying attention to me because they was listening to what the senior drill sergeant had to say. And I got right behind him. I was behind a pine tree. I leveled my weapon down to where the barrel was pointing just above his head, and I hollered to stand up. And when the senior drill sergeant went to stand up, and the other drill sergeants looked over to my location, I don't know why. I have no idea why I did it, but I squeezed the trigger of my weapon. Now, this was an M14 7.62 millimeter rifle, and we had blanks in them, which was to simulate, live rounds. And those blanks, if you're hit by them at a close range, they can burn you, and they can really hurt. And this guy was like only about 4 feet from the end of my rifle, so when I squeezed the trigger, he was starting to stand up, and I shot him right in the back of the neck. Now, that really got his attention pretty dead-gum quick. Matter of fact, he grabbed the back of his neck, and he spun around a couple of times, hooping and hollering and saying a bunch of profane things. And then he fell to his knees. And once he hit his knees, he flopped over on his side. He was rolling around there in the dirt, and the dust was flying. And he's cussing like a sailor. Well, I know poor fellow's in a lot of pain. But, the funny thing about it is them other drill sergeants dressed up like Viet Cong. They was laughing at him. Now, I wasn't laughing, and neither were the other trainees. We weren't about to laugh at that senior drill sergeant. And, of course, while he's doing all this hooping and hollering and cussing and carrying on, rolling around in the dirt, I just stood there with my mouth open looking stupid, because I'm trying to think, well, what is this guy going to do to me for shooting him in the back of the neck with that blank? Now, although it's funny, that thing could have really hurt him, and thank God it didn't. But anyway, when he got back up to his feet, and of course he brought his attention square on me, he delivered to me a string of profanity, telling me what a dumb individual I was, and not in those terms, but you can only imagine if you've got any idea about profanity. And anyway, made me feel pretty bad. Now, the other drill sergeants in the area, they were still kind of snickering, and all he'd have to do is turn his head, and they'd shut their mouth and get serious again. However, I really thought he was going to do something bad to me, but all he did was cuss me out and tell me what a stupid ass I was. I was in a lot worse terms than that. And when it came time for us to go out on our patrols and do our things, well, we went, and there was never another word said about it. But you just had to see that guy roll around the dirt, the senior drill sergeant. Okay, hopefully you enjoyed the story, and you'll give me a thumbs up. I hope you'll look at the other videos I've got posted on my channel, and thank you for taking time to watch this, and see you next time.